YouTube? We are at the Texas Woodworking Festival in Austin, Texas. And we're about to go live here in front of a big old crowd. So we're at a trade show, a lot of woodworkers, small, big, bunch of tool companies. And we have a brand new woodworking line called Wood Shop Epoxy. We've upgraded a bunch of our woodworking products. We've added brand new woodworking products. We removed days out of creating wood slabs with our new products. So we got a nice low angle. We're about to go live. I'm gonna mix up some of our Speed Cure Countertop Pro. And now we got the vacuum guy rolling, so you probably can't hear me very well. But crush the like button, hang with me. We're gonna start mixing. We're adding color, and then we're gonna do an epoxy dirty pour and pour it right out of the countertop. Bam. I'm gonna make sure that's still going. I don't have anybody manning the comments for me, guys, but we're gonna get mixed, and I'm gonna make a few shades of gray using black and white dye. And then we're gonna add some metallic colors here. This is our white diamond dust. And if you know Stone Coat Countertops, you know most of my projects have diamond dust in it. That stuff is liquid dust. Amazing. So I'm going to take our 1-to-1 Speed Cure Countertop Pro, and we're going to mix it for about 2 to 3 minutes in a mixing bucket. It's a 1-to-1 ratio epoxy. And after mixing, I'll divide this epoxy into separate mixing cups. And then that's when we add the colors. Once we add the colors, those colors go right back into the bucket. We're going to stir it up this time, which is going to be a new feature I do on these dirty pours. And when we stir it up, it makes it more elegant, more subtle, perfect for the kitchen and bathroom.
I don't have big hands.
So be sure to let me know where y'all are watching from. At this point, I can't even see the comments, but I appreciate you watching. And I'm going to get ready to start mixing. You can, but I'm going to be talking to the audience and stuff. So YouTube fam, I'm going to be talking to the audience, the live audience here. And after the demo, I'll pick up the camera, I'll give you guys a good look. But I also forgot to show you, this is going to be my accent color to go with this piece. I got it already right up here. So I'm going to go pure white. So I'll mix up the colors, I'll divide them in, I'll hammer the color and hand it to you. And you just mix as fast as possible, because it is Speed Cure. We can pretty much get ready right now. All right, let's go. Is this Instagram? That's gonna Instagram. All right, we live? Instagram, what is up? Mixed with Stone Coat Epoxy. We are live at the Texas Woodworking Festival in Austin, Texas. Day one, been a pretty good turnout. It's been a tons of fun. Huge response to our brand new Wood Shop Epoxy. We've got professional grade products for the do-it-yourselfer and professional, easy to use, very low VOC. Some of the products have 0, just like you've come to love here at Stone Coat Epoxy. Today, we're doing a countertop demo live in front of an audience. Speed Cure Countertop Pro. This is our 1-to-1 product that you could go pour on site. You could really speed up your countertop pours using this product. It's sandable in 4 hours. That being said, hopefully you've used epoxy before, because you got to work a little bit quicker with Speed Cure, but there's still plenty of time to get that project done. Today we're doing a dirty pour, so I've already got part B in. We're going to slam in part A, mix for a couple minutes. My buddy Scott's going to help me add in colors, and then we're going to pour this countertop right out of the bucket. And be sure to let me know where y'all are watching from. All right, now that I'm done talking to the camera, if you missed any of that, I am Mitch with Stone Coat Epoxy. We teach people how to use our products to go over their existing surfaces and save tons of money. Do you know Stone Coat? All right, right on. Have you used it? Yeah. Sweet. So I don't have to give the whole spiel then at this point. You've seen the videos? All right, cool. Are you guys from Texas? Right on. Where at? What part? Okay, I live in New Braunfels. Yeah, I moved to New Braunfels about a year ago. My brother moved to Hawaii, and I had to keep working, so I moved to Texas. So no, it's going great. He's actually back in Oregon, though. He's doing some Airbnb stuff out there, flipping houses, still doing the epoxy thing. So yeah, he's definitely not done. Yeah, Yeah, I love it out here, but
Big inspiration.
oh, thank you, sir.
My regular job.
Awesome. Have you done any of the woodworking yet? Oh man, that's not even work for me. The woodworking is fun for me. Me too. Like that's what Luke and I were just talking about. We were slamming that table out, putting in long hours, but I would do that any day. Like countertops is a job. It's also fun. I love the artwork, but I've done so much of it. I've done hundreds of thousands of square feet of this stuff. And I've taught you guys how to mix over 600 times on YouTube. So mix for 2 minutes, we're gonna scrape. Speed cure, especially being a thicker product, you wanna scrape the sides of that bucket. How you doing? Have you ever used epoxy? So we're gonna use epoxy today that's designed and formulated for the countertops. You could go right over your old laminate, any old countertop, you can mix up this product and add colors and pour it right over that, as long as you prep it right, which we also teach you how to do that right on our YouTube channel.
I've got a couple Instagram questions.
What's up?
Okay. My first one is, what's your favorite product to keep it from turning yellow?
Oh, that's a great question. So the question was, what's your favorite product to keep it from turning yellow? So this Speed Cure Pro and our Art Coat is the best products we have and the best products in the industry on staying color true and not yellowing. We continually test that in our professional UV chamber. We mix up our product and we slam it in the UV. We still win on that. But guys, stay tuned. You better follow right now. We got some exciting new stuff coming to address that issue right around the corner. So now that I'm mixed, you've got to be a little quick with Speed Cure. And I'm not going to worry about this epoxy that drizzles on my board. I want that there because it's going to help move my product. So for this one, we're going to be doing a gray, like a Carrera marble kit. So the majority, my base colors, are going to be whites and gray. And then I'm going to have little accents. So every epoxy project starts out the same. You start out with base colors. First, you mix right. Then you split up your colors into your color ratio. And my base is usually the majority, and then I have little accents. And depending on what color that is, like black can take over. So I literally give myself 1.5 ounces of some colors. So
Do you have to sand before?
yes, you do. So that depends on what surface. This is an MDF countertop. I have a drop edge on it. This has a rock face. This has a straight edge. And with our undercoat, I like to just give it a quick scuff with 220. If you forget to do that, it's okay. It's still going to bond very well. If you're going over an old surface, there are proper prep steps to follow so that sticks right.
That was my next question. Can you put this on 10-year-old countertops?
You could put it on whatever age there are, as long as it's not crumbling away and it's sound. Structural integrity, right. You definitely can do that. And we have the steps on our channel that teach you. The steps are simple. You're gonna clean, you're gonna scuff, then you're gonna fill with an all-purpose filler any damage. Then you're gonna apply a bonding primer, our undercoat, and now you're ready for epoxy. Okay, boom, boom, boom. That's gonna be our goal. That's perfect. So our accents, guys, our smallest amount, that's gonna be our paste. This is a paste. It's a hybrid colorant, and there's some special proprietary. Say what now?
Yeah, Speed Cure.
This is Speed Cure. Yeah, this is a faster setting countertop product. So this, when you combine a paste, a powder, a dye, all on the same board, you guys are about to see the epoxy does all the hard work for you. You really don't have to be an artist. You just follow the color ratios that we give you. We have kits that include every.
Good.
We have kits that will send you everything you need, and we have videos on the YouTube channel that also show you how to do it, how to prep everything.
Speed Cure has a 30-minute pod time, so we're tag teaming it. Yep.
Yeah, we also have a DIY, more user-friendly version that's got a 60 to 70-minute pot life, where you have a lot longer to work with it. But it's also cures in 18 to 24 hours. This one you can sand in 4 hours. So you could go in, it's for the guys what they're doing. They could go in, pour, do the same job in 1 day and get out of there. Like if you're.
Can you talk about the different types of pigments there are that you can add?
Yes, for sure. So the different types of pigments, that's a great question. And there are epoxy dyes. These are liquid colorants. It's almost like paint. It's like adding a paint colorant to your epoxy. We have a variety of colors, from wild artist colors to your, your browns, your earth tones, your monochromes that really install in your customer's home. Mix that one up.
Have to add a lot.
Barely any black. I'm making a couple shades of gray and a shade of white. So that's my darker gray. And I'm gonna add just the smallest amount, little baby polka dot of black in this one. Oh, that was a little bit bigger. Mix her up for me. So that started out pure white, now it's gray. And on these guys,
there's one thing about speaker that we love, the viscosity, the slightly thicker, it's gonna hold the color.
It is. So this is our diamond dust. This is one of my favorite colors, but your old lady's gonna ask where you've been at lunchtime when you open this thing up. It gets all over you. And my tape. So little of this goes a long way.
And the countertops are completely non-toxic material.
100% non-toxic, food safe. And that's followed with a clear coat. So I didn't stop talking about those colorants. Here's a diamond dust. This is a hybrid glitter metallic powder, very unique color. It will stay suspended in the epoxy and shine through even when there's a dye involved. And then the final colorants we have are true mica. So this will catch the light and refract. It looks kind of ugly in there, but wait till it gets in the resin. Whoop. So I'm gonna...
You done with black?
Yeah.
Mitch, have you ever done a UTC top finish with a black?
Oh yeah, I use UTC on every job I install. And UTC was what they're talking about is ultimate top coat. That's a modified urethane top coat that makes these insanely durable. They'll live in your house a decade with that without any maintenance. So here's that metallic powder in the resin. That's our white. So these are very little colors. Pull that off. Now I have some epoxy that's drizzled on this board. This, I want that there. It's there for a purpose because it helps lubricate the epoxy, helps move that material when I go to pour it all out. So I just use my bucket like a Zamboni and spread it all around. And then I will grab a stick and finish spreading that just out to the perimeter. This is not 100% necessary, but it does help the epoxy flow and move better. All right, now we're ready. We've got our colorants. Those look great. You can see that there's a nice little accent. So when these two meld, one's darker, one's lighter, that's great. Take my big bucket back. Where'd that go? That's my dirty pour bucket. Bam. So now this next part is mindless. I've already got my color scheme figured out. I'm gonna take all my colored epoxy, except for my accent that I'm saving, and pour it back into this bucket. So you don't have to have any sort of skills whatsoever. And for today's project, I'm also gonna mix these with a paint stick as I'm building it. And what that can do is it can calm down. This can get loud and real vivid, like that shower behind you. If you don't kind of pre-mix it, it'll get really the same color. Pouring some of that white, give it a little mix. See what that's doing to it? In there already before I've even poured it out. Now we'll add some of this diamond dust in there. Give it a swirl. Boy. So like I was saying earlier, a mixture of all these colors is what makes this so cool when it pours out of that bucket. I'll leave some of it butter. Actually, give me some white. We're gonna go a little whiter on that. Mix that in for me.
How many colors do you typically recommend doing in a dirty pour?
So, very good question. So I like to do probably a couple dyes, a metallic, and a paste. But if I want to add more, like, or use less colors, I'll use like a dark gray, a light gray, a really opaque white, and a translucent white. And when you mix all those, that's only, 2 colors. It creates marble magic and less busy and loud, but like a shower wall. You can turn pink foam from the Home Depot into shower walls with our system. We sell you the foam that does it. We sell you everything to take the foam and turn it into shower walls. That's perfect. So what I had Scott do is just add more white for a little bit lighter gray. Now see the difference? Mix that up a hair and show that camera back the lighter gray. Poor YouTube's left in the dark there. No, I'm gonna use every bit of it. Now just get it out of the bucket. That's my goal now. We're just going in. And you can do this blindfolded. It really, putting it in, you kind of lose a little control of this because now the colors are in there. We're gonna pour it out and it's gonna do its thing. And then we're gonna let the epoxy thicken and pull this tape down. And then the epoxy flows over your tape. Uh-oh. I'm suction cupped. Uh-oh.
That's okay.
I just got epoxy in my face. Got it. Yuck. I think it's safe epoxy. Look at how pretty that looks already before I pour it out. Stunning.
So the speed cure you said is a 30-minute pot time, but when is it 100% cured?
So it'll be 100% cured in about 16 to 24 hours, like hard. You could sand it in as quick as 4 hours. But here comes the money shot. At this point, all my colors are in here. I have plenty of epoxy to cover this. And we're just gonna pour that right out over the counter. See that diamond dust peeking in? And there's plenty of material. I've got about 4 to 5 ounces per square foot here. And that would be enough to completely cover it. Yeah, there's pretty barely any left. I'm just gonna add a little bit of white. You can also, if it starts getting one color, because every time I pour it, it's blending one more time in my bucket. You see how it's getting real subtle. But customers love that. They don't want this everywhere. It'd be like, oh, too loud when you walk into someone's home. So you calm it down, but then I could bring in, whoops, take the lid off, bring in white dye right into my mixture and give it a little swirl, and that could bring in more white lines.
And people that are newer with epoxy, there's resin calculators on the site, so you can see how much you need for your
Correct.
order.
You can pour this right over your old counters or build new. Like this one's built out of MDF, and we teach you all the steps you need to turn a sheet of MDF into a functional countertop. All right, now I'm gonna get kind of the rest of this material out of my bucket. And now that the epoxy's flattened out of the bucket, it has a longer time before it starts to set up. If I were to put all that resin in this bucket and then walk away and grab a beer, the life is shortening really fast. A couple towels, and then I'm gonna torch it. I got brand new shoes on, so I really don't want to get epoxy on them. All right, so now we got a little empty spaces, but I'm not worried about that because that's why I put that grease coat down. It's gonna help this epoxy move.
Shift left.
And the blowtorch, you see the bubbles popping? You could get a heat source that warms the resin. It breaks the surface tension and pops all the air bubbles that we incorporated into this material while mixing it up. And this is a thicker product. It's a faster setting product, but I've mixed up plenty. It's gonna keep moving and self-leveling. It's gonna find self-level. Our countertop epoxy, our art coat epoxy, designed for the do-it-yourselfer, you've got 50 to 70 minutes to work with this product. It's a little more fluid. It'll run over. It moves a lot faster. But you could really, you don't have to be in any sort of rush. Like, so you could do a 60 square foot kitchen in 70 minutes and not have, you could do one big batch. Pour it out, mix it up, keep going, and it's all good. So to help this move a little bit, heat works. You can also tilt it around and it will help flow. Or I come in with my finger and just kind of break up some of that surface tension. And then that helps it all flow as well.
Can I use one of the small buckets for trash?
Does it get brighter than when you use alcohol?
So what was the question?
When you use the torch, is the finish brighter than when you use
No.
alcohol?
So the only reason I'm using the torch is to eliminate the air bubbles. The second reason I'd use the torch is if the epoxy thickens and I want it to flow, the heat lowers the thickness of it and it gets it to flow better. Like right up here where it's kind of dry, I'll come in here, watch it move now. You don't want it to smoke, I'm hitting the tape, but it'll get it to move. See how much more it's running? I'll show you right, great question. So the alcohol will create selling. You see these little dots? That's from air bubbles. What they're talking about is when I incorporate 91% isopropyl alcohol into the product. Now we have the diamond dust, the dye, a little bit of white mica. They all fight for first place when you incorporate this. So I'll add a little heat, get rid of those air bubbles, and then I'm gonna mist my project with this alcohol. I hope I don't spray you guys. It's just rubbing alcohol, 91%. And when that gets on there, it creates some of that selling. Like, see all this lacing. There we go. It'll fracture. It takes away some of the man-made look. If I had a drizzle that ran through there, like this little line, and it looks like a human made it, because I was in the granite industry, is kind of where this product was developed. My brother and I were there, and we saw the niche of losing customers to the high-end stone. And so whenever time I'm making a countertop, I'm trying to match Mother Nature in some way as best as possible, unless the customer really wants something wild and crazy, which is also fun. So look right here, I kind of have it not moving. Just grab your finger, spread some material. This material is very forgiving. That's a neat thing. A lot of people are very intimidated by epoxy because epoxy used to stink up the whole neighborhood. You guys smell anything? It's like nothing pretty much. It's not stinky, long time to work with it, and you get pretty easy results. I just mixed colors up, put it in the bucket, and poured it out.
And if you were doing a vertical surface, like a waterfall countertop or a backsplash, you would pour that horizontally and then install it.
Correct. That's exactly how you do that. Like we could shower walls, like I was saying earlier, where you could foam. We reinforce it with fiberglass mesh, which we sell. We put a product on, you can sand it in 4 hours, and then you could pour this right over that foam and then install that foam right on your shower walls. So it's like one giant tile instead of, you know, all those grout lines. Yeah, so if I let this cure past 24 hours, I would need a light sand with 220 grit, and that's what's called the mechanical bond. Now it's open to grab the next layer. If this is before 24 hours, it's still chemically open. It'll be still look like you could put your fingerprint on it. The next coat of epoxy will chemically adhere to that. It will never peel off. No sanding needed, as long as it's 420. Any more questions?
Do you prefer the torch over a heat gun?
I do. So the heat gun pushes air. So I will use the heat gun when I want that effect. It can ripple the resin and create effects in the epoxy.
So like this area, if you were
correct.
trying to recreate
It'll
that.
meld it a little bit more. Whereas this is like your DeWalt drill for removing, like instead of using a hand screwdriver, I'm gonna grab a drill and slam it out. This removes air really fast. A heat gun will still do it, but it can meld your colors a little bit because all that air is pushing. You also could use a blow dryer. Like there's a lot of people in their 70s who have poured this in their own kitchens, and they're like, I'm scared of the blowtorch. I said, well, use a blow dryer. You got one of those? She goes, yeah, and I'm not scared of it. And she went and did it, and it pops the bubbles.
And you can continue to manipulate the design.
Yeah, so we're gonna bring on the gold next. That's what I almost forgot to do. So we have this gold here. This is that paste, and I almost forgot about this. So now
get them out of your way.
yeah, we're done with them. Actually, give me this, because I'm a little shy right here in this corner. I forgot to test this for level. So we might not be level on this table. So I'm gonna see, this epoxy's thicker now, right? But it's still usable. I can come in this spot where I'm a little low and it'll still self-level down just fine.
You have a little bit of dark there.
I'm good on all that now.
Okay. I'm trying to get everything out of your way.
Something in my eye. All right, now I have all these cool lines. And now that's why I saved this gold, because I'm gonna come in here and drizzle some accent veins. And I like to follow something. And this is that paste. You see how loud it is compared to the rest? That's why I like to bring it in last and really accentuate some of this stuff. And then if you don't want it too loud, you just bring your stick in.
Have a clean drag stick.
And you can kind of just meld it in a little bit with the other colors.
And on your metallic floors, I've seen you do this with a roller as well, right?
Yeah, that exactly. And I will also drizzle the epoxy on with a yardstick, so I don't have to bend down so much. It's way cool. Yeah, you also can kind of do bigger veins with it if you wish.
You have a little bit of diamond dust left if you want it.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, we'll show them that.
Oops.
Oop, just put it back in. Yep. So that diamond dust, remember that little, you can also create pockets of quartz. Have you seen a fancy slabs and they'll have like a chunk of quartz? You could just make one like, this is kind of boring right there in that gray spot. So I'm gonna bring in this diamond dust right back over it. And just incorporate that up here. What the and every time you pass the project with, did it get in there?
Huh?
Did it get in there?
No.
I'm surprised.
We've worked together enough. I got it.
All right. So at this point, I can be done, really, or I could add more of the gold. You guys like the gold?
It creates cells. So
Let's bring in some diamond dust in here. Bam. Yep, but if you guys haven't subscribed, check us out on YouTube. Stone Coat Countertops. I'll teach your old surface or build new countertops. But honestly, like you saw how easy the first thing was. You could eliminate all this gold if you don't like it. But often, if you do this for a living, if you want to go start doing your own countertops, you're going to see how easy it is, and you're going to save a ton of money. So, on average, a granite kitchen's about $10,000 to $14,000 for a granite kitchen, and that's a low end.
I was gonna say, I do a lot of kitchens.
That's your prefab Chinese granite that's got a drop edge on it, not a thick solid slab. That's in your 20s and 30s. If you want to do this yourself, we have kits for about 80 square feet. They're $400 to $500. You're going to save 10 times your money doing it yourself, and then you're going to go, oh man, that was easy, that was fun. You're going to show your neighbors, and they're going to go, can you fix up mine? Because I have a big old burn in my laminate where my wife set the spaghetti pot. Go right over that. Eliminate that out of your life. The seams in the laminate that get all humpy from the water, you can sand that down, fix it, go right over it. So we're almost ready on, yeah, we are at a level, bud. It's way this way.
So
I gotta move it though, because it's way out of level. So watch that. You can't do this if your countertop's attached to the cabinets, but I'll definitely do this on projects like cornhole boards. You can make some decent side money making little cornhole boards. I should do that. We should have made some cornhole boards, and then we could give those away at the end of the show. We're doing that next year. Yeah, we're doing it. You guys having fun at the show? Yeah, cool.
So tomorrow, this will be ready to sand and polish.
Yeah, I'll be able to polish this tomorrow. If I wanted, in about 3.5 hours from now, I could sand it and put on my final top coat, and then the next day the customer could use this.
So what project?
That would be the ultimate top coat, would be my final top coat. But we're almost ready to pull this tape. So, yep, pull out my skirt. So if this was our DIY product, I'd pull this tape probably anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours later. This I could pull fast because it sets up quicker.
And someone asked if you could do a bedroom door. You can do pretty much anything.
You can do anything if you can lay it flat. That spot looks so pretty, doesn't it? That is so cool.
All right, we're gonna use this for trash.
Sure. We also have a garbage. Oh, right here.
I didn't want something for your tape. That's what I was doing.
Oh, yeah, we could put that in that box. We'll put the tape in there.
Okay. You done with gold, brother?
No, save that for a minute. I might use some on the edge.
What is the minimum thickness you want?
Minimum. Okay, that's a great question. So to have it glass out level, that would be 3 ounces per square foot. The question was what's the minimum you could put down? That's 3 ounces per square foot. And to figure out your square footage, just length times width. If you're measuring in feet, if it's in inches, you go length times width divided by 144, that gives you your square foot. Then multiply that by 3, that gives you how much epoxy to mix up. And it's a 1-to-1, that'd be, you just divide that in 2. Now you have 2 parts. Great question. How's YouTube doing, guys? I've completely forgot about you, but you had the best view in the whole house. What y'all think? See how thick that speed cure is? If this was art coat or countertop epoxy, it'd be running right off this board. So we are pretty much ready to pull the tape. And let me show you how I determine when I'm ready to pull the tape. And I know because I've poured a lot of these, I could pretty much time it. But if you don't know, this is your first one, I come over to the corner of my project and I touch in here and I see how far that resin sticks on my finger. You see how far I could bring it up? And then I'm paying attention to how long that ribbon takes to self-level. It's hair early still, but we're at a level this way, so I'm gonna pull it early because the epoxy will be more fluid and it'll be able to overcome a low spot on this side. And I'm also gonna, oh man, my shoes are gonna get wrecked, I know it. Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm going barefooted.
Want to shore up this side, please?
No, I don't want to do it, it's fine. I'm gonna pull that side first though.
We can't have nice things.
No, those are brand new and I cannot get a drip on them. I'll be so mad. YouTube, what is up, guys? Sorry I've ignored you. Normally you guys are my main gig. I'm cheating on you today. All right, this is definitely ready. So I also keep a paint stick with me or a popsicle stick. I'll come rip it in the corner. So this is my low end. This is why I'm pulling it first because I want it to get this side. I'm a little out of level that way. So if this was the back of my, this is the side where a cabinet is or the oven, I'm gonna keep it here first and I'm gonna pull it off where it's the front edge because that's what I want nice and covered. So just come to an area you can pop your tape off and you want to get it all the way off the bottom. Rip top to bottom. I don't have the knife. There we go. So now that it's off, I'm gonna peel it and pull away from the top. And I'm gonna encourage this resin to start flowing over that edge. But on this tape is a giant reservoir of epoxy. So I'll come grab this and I'll pre-wet down this lower part of my board because I don't want to make that look muddy. If I just rub that, it'll take this beautiful colors and make it look one color. So I'll grab drips and like I lubricated the board earlier, I'll wet this down so that this flows a lot better. Thank you. So I pull a little off, grab it with my stick, come back here and paint it on, and then grab my gloved hand. Ooh, that's a satisfying shot, huh? Grab that. The maintenance, great question. So when I leave my customer's job, I leave them a nice little care package. And I do that for a couple reasons. It usually gives me a lot more work at the end, but it sets them up for success on cleaning the epoxy. The epoxy is very durable, but you want to stay away from products that will score the resin, like Comet or Barkeeper's Friend, that have a scoring agent included. If the cleaner will clean laminate, it's safe for epoxy. But a Scrub Daddy, safe for epoxy. The blue Scotch-Brites, safe. The green ones are more scoring, it's more rough, so stay away from those. And I often will make my customer a sample piece, a little circle, or to get it approved. So on the back side of that, I thank them for letting me get their job. I'll put my contact information, write a little personal thing, and I put little felt feet on it. Ooh, look how cool. So real quick, I'll come back to that. So now that these are like this, just come rub that. And all this is gonna now flow right down. Or you come here with your finger and pull this down. That's surface tension. So address this, or this will stay like that. So you address it early on. Just come break that down. And if you pull down, it's way less muddy. See, I just hit that and it's already back to looking pretty. And you also now have a reservoir of material right here. If you start running low, you could come put that on your edges. So with knowing a few tips and tricks from the YouTube channel that we teach, this project is super easy, even on your first try. We've simplified the resin as much as we could without compromising. Just slide it. Now you're good. Without compromising durability or anything like that. So back to where was I before I got sidetracked? It was maintenance, copy. Great question. Yeah, so I write a little note on them. I thank them for their business. That usually gives me more business down the road. But then on top of that, I leave a couple microfiber rags. I leave our liquid smooth, which is a cleaner you could use every few days that makes these things smell and feel amazing. And then I go over care and cleaning with the customer. You know, it's food safe. It's heat resistant up to 450 degrees, but I never recommend putting hot pots and pans on it. But if something slides off your trivet, gets on there, it's not going to be ruined.
Is there a different maintenance for flooring?
No, similar. Yep. You just don't you want to stick away from bleaches as well.
High traffic areas are no problem.
No, right. With our ultimate top coat, definitely not. That's what I would recommend using as well, or a polyaspartic. It's also very durable in high traffic areas. That's why we developed it. We formulated that to be as strong as possible because it's also a commercial coating. You can let go of that, buddy.
All right, I'm sitting on you, that's well.
Great questions so far. All right, and that's pretty much it. We'll be able to come back to this in a few hours and sand and get ready for the next step. Bada bing.
Good as new.
Whoop, whoop. Sweet. All right, that's about it.
So if they want more tips and tricks on how to do a dirty pour,
Yes.
they can check out our YouTube channel, right?
Yes, ma'am, and that's Stone Coat Countertops on YouTube. Or check out, we have Scott Wiener here in the house from the Crafty Studio. He also teaches on YouTube. Or check out my personal Instagram, Big Mitch Builds. I also share stuff on there that you never see on our channel. But yes, we have full tutorials on dirty pours, on fabrication, pouring on site, whatever it may be, epoxy, and that's countertops, floors, shower walls, woodworking, and more. Subscribe to us on YouTube, Stone Coat Countertops.
Thank you guys so
Thanks
much.
for being here.
Thanks for being here. We'll be live again tomorrow.
Did you step in? Is that what you did?
I might have stepped in as long as it's on the top of them.
On Facebook or
Yeah, just set up this.
on YouTube, and we're happy to answer any of your questions.
Good. I'll go close with YouTube. Thank you. Good job. Good job. While answering questions and talking to the public, it's easy though. That's pretty hard. You like it? I'll do a roller one tomorrow. A roller one. You see the difference? That's perfect. You're just like Luke. Like, it's hard to train somebody on that. You know what I'm saying? But you're awesome. Like, yeah, instead of it just going dead, you just ask a pretend question. Right? Perfect. Yes. Exactly. That makes a great video. All right, YouTube. I'm taking my gloves off and I'll give you a flyover. I promised I would. All right, folks, here we are. Going on a field trip. All right, here we are. What up, Christy? What up, Zolo? Thanks for watching. What y'all think? So I made this dirty pour. If you're just joining us here live at Trade Texas Woodworking Festival. It's our booth. There's Adam, the brand manager, selling some epoxy. So if you guys have been following me all week, here's the table I built right now and fingerprints. There she is. Wood shop epoxy, guys. We've revamped our wood shop epoxy. That's our ultra deep. Could go up to 3 inches. I've tested it. It's gone deeper. And we've taken days out of the process with this brand new penetrate epoxy. This is your seal coat. This does your edges. This does the bottom of your river table to eliminate all those bubbles. And we've got our flood coat for the glass-like finishes. It's been a great show. Now let's get back to that piece.
Yeah, 0.
So dirty pour, I just used 3 or 4 colors. I used white and black, made a couple shades of gray, and that gold is an epoxy paint from color. Those are now available on our website, stonecoatcountertops.com. I poured this over a MDF countertop, and we teach you how to build those on YouTube. The front there was our, this is how we make it look like a piece of stone. So Christy says, I love how soft it is. Christy, if you watched, I mixed this one, which is something I don't do. I poured in my colors, and I was stirring it up in the bucket with a paint stick. And then I brought in the gold after the fact. Guys, I'm gonna get on out of here. I gotta get ready for my next demo. I'm gonna be polishing epoxy over there at the Surf Prep Sanding booth. So check that out on their Instagram, Surf Prep Sanding. Audio? Scott, say what's up.
What's up? Hey, YouTube.
All right, so Luke normally does this. I gotta find the end. Here it is.